So last year, the Planet 4 team mainly focused on finishing all technical implementations, but also migrating to Gutenberg for WordPress, which is pretty technical. Building P4CG, that's the code name for the campaign pages generator. Also, we designed prototypes for engagement features. We conduct user research and user testing, and also many more fantastic things, as you can see in the nice illustration in the left-hand side. So this year, the idea is for us, so the P4 team, but the community, to make some important changes and create a better product. So for that, we need to improve all P4 blocks on the front-end side, but also on the back-end side. We will also implement the new Greenpeace branding, which will come in August. And also we will review the information architecture and navigation, which is a huge piece of work. And last but not least, we are building new engagement features, which is why you are here, guys. So for that, we are going to start with the challenges feature, which was the most successful from the prototypes testings, if you have seen it. As a quick reminder, but also for some of you who don't have the context background from the prototypes, we created last year 2 prototypes that we tested with end users to confirm engagement features that were part of the initial concept of Planet 4. So if you haven't seen the prototype, you can also read the Medium post that we've published recently on the Planet 4 channel. So the challenges features, we tested 2 different approaches. So the first one was the time-based challenges, where users could pick an action based on the time they were willing to give. And the second one was more daily personalized challenges based on users' interests. And the findings from these testings showed that both prototypes could be the pillar of the engagement platform when it comes to the challenges feature. So this feature will be like kind of key to drive people to take action in their daily lives, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we should strictly follow what was tested in the prototype design-wise. So, which is why you are suggesting this co-design approach. So as you may or not know, P4 has always been based on a collaborative and open process. And when it comes to design as well, we think it shouldn't be exclusive, but open to people with whom we collaborate in the organization and to people who will use the experience we design for them. So giving autonomy and control to people for whom we create, meaning you, the community of practitioners, web editors, ComSubs, campaigners, and also our end users, is key to a successful user experience. So the idea of this co-design approach is also to give you a space to express your ideas, share feedback, and imagine the new user experience we are trying to co-design together. And it's also worth to mention that this approach is not dedicated only to the challenges feature, but for all the important changes that we would like to make in the future for P4. So regarding the challenges feature specifically, we are planning to co-design it in 3 steps. So basically the first steps include this call, which is like the preparatory phase, as Luca mentioned, where we would like to gather your inputs and analyze them to help us build the engagement features upon. And for the second call, the idea is more to make a big brainstorming all together about a new way of providing the challenges and actions with our end users. And that will be based on the data that we currently have. So the second call will be more creative and yes, more fun maybe, but let's see. The third one will be to give feedback and discuss a tangible result of what we imagined during the second call. So it will be translated into wireframes, prototypes, mockups. And before we run usability testing towards end user, this stage is called the design critic stage. So the idea is that for these 2 calls, the last ones, the more diverse the groups for this call are, the better. So people from different horizons and different skill sets can join those sessions. Colleagues with design, development, communication, or campaign expertise are more than welcome. So also to mention that each step of the process will begin with a call, and then it will be for you to participate at the level that you feel more comfortable with, without any prescription or obligation to attend the previous call, or to be able to contribute.
So most of our users have between 25 to 44 years, and they are visiting Planet 4 for the first time. So if I'm not mistaken, 80% of them were new visitors in this period. We also have females as the largest group in this audience. They often use mobile devices. The only exception is the younger audiences from 18 to 24 years, that they tend to use desktop as much as mobile devices as well. But for all of the other generations and age categories, we can see that mobile is more present. They also reach Planet 4 via organic search. So 40% of the sessions are from that channel, and also from social media. And just to think a little bit about their journey as well inside the Planet 4, they usually started from posts, from homepage or take action pages. Posts is the largest group, so 40% as well of the sessions in P4 are starting from there. Yeah, that's.
So where should we start for this co-design approach? So the first ask is for you to map and analyze also the existing engagement opportunities that you are providing users across P4 websites. So the preparatory phase will be for us all to list these tasks and actions, and ideally share the performance. Like if you are currently tracking them, such as click-through rate, conversion rate, that will be amazing to get this data. And then the P4 team will analyze and summarize the data, and we will share these results during the second call. So the purpose of doing this is also to have a common starting point to improve the user experience and build the new challenges feature upon. So this mapping should give us the ability to assess what is currently working well in the website, but also to identify potential pain points. So what I suggest is now doing it live for 5 minutes. So Luca, could you please
in this nice spreadsheet that all our colleagues between yesterday and this morning have already populated. So the idea is pretty straightforward. So if you see GPI, for example, I'm talking to my colleagues of the Comms Hubs, that means that we had multiple colleagues of the Comms Hubs in the previous 2 sessions. So the idea is very, very briefly putting your P4 site, the site, not the region. If you come from a regional NRO, please. So if I'm thinking about Svilena, for example, from the Nordics, please put Sweden, Norway, and so on. The type of action that you guys are putting in your take action pages or your P4 campaign page or whatever. And basically the idea is to cluster all the different type of action, which shouldn't be that much different of the usual suspects. So sign a petition, join an event, stuff like that. However, if you see something that is missing and you have a great idea, like the subscribe to the bot of our colleagues in Southeast Asia, please add it to the drop downs list. Just add it here and it will appear. It will appear in the drop down. Obviously, the third column C, is to identify which actions are mostly related to which topic or which issue or which tag, depending how you want to call it. If you have any link or any useful information to what this action does, please put it in column D. Once these calls are over, you're gonna have 2 weeks lead time to complete this list. And any useful data or KPI that justifies the success or failure of this specific task you have, it's very much appreciated. To consolidate the data and prepare the second call that you can join, you can ask your campaigners, your designer, your crazy creative minds, friends that work with you to join also. The more the merrier. This will be a big common brainstorm split in groups, and this call will happen the week of June 8th.